When the James Webb Space Telescope launched, the scientific world waited in excitement. This telescope wasn't just another observatory, it was our best chance to finally look back into the earliest moments of the universe. The kind of technology it carried had never been used in space like this before. It could see much farther and much clearer than anything we had before. Scientists expected it to help confirm their theories. They thought it would simply fill in some gaps in our understanding of how stars and galaxies formed after the Big Bang. But instead it found something completely unexpected. As the telescope began its journey, it pointed toward some of the oldest regions of space. The idea was simple: since light takes time to travel, if we look far enough, we're actually looking back in time. The farther away an object is, the older the light we see from it. James Webb was built to capture that ancient light. And when it did, scientists were stunned. Because instead of the expected darkness from the early universe, it saw something glowing. A structure, huge, bright, and completely out of place, was sitting there at the edge of time. And this one sight changed everything. What James Webb saw wasn't a single object. It was a large, complex formation. A group of galaxies, clustered together tightly, shining brightly when they should not have even formed yet. Scientists had believed that the early universe was mostly dark and empty. According to the Big Bang theory, after the initial explosion, there was a long period called the Cosmic Dark Ages. During this time, the universe was expanding, but no stars had formed yet. It was just hydrogen gas floating in the dark. This phase was supposed to last hundreds of millions of years. Only after that long darkness were the first stars and galaxies supposed to appear, slowly and gradually. But now, James Webb is showing us something different. The structure it captured appeared just 200 million years after the Big Bang. That's extremely early. And yet, this structure isn't small or faint, it's huge and incredibly bright. It's a mystery how something this massive could have formed so soon after the beginning of the universe. It's like seeing a fully built city just days after laying the foundation. That simply doesn't match our current understanding of physics and cosmology. This structure challenges everything scientists thought they knew. The galaxies inside it are large and mature, as if they've existed for billions of years. But they haven't. The age of the light tells us they are ancient, yes, but by universal standards they're still too young to look like this. Scientists are calling this a crisis in cosmology. Because either their models are wrong, or there's something about the early universe they completely misunderstood. They've gone back to recheck the data again and again. But it keeps showing the same result. The structure is real. It's not an error. And that's what makes it so shocking. Another strange part is how these galaxies are grouped. In the early universe, matter was supposed to be spread out. Galaxies should have formed slowly and far apart. But here they're tightly packed, almost like a modern galaxy cluster. That suggests something accelerated their formation. Something powerful must have brought them together or made them grow faster than expected. This kind of organization so early in cosmic history wasn't predicted by any of our models. It's a sign that we're missing a huge piece of the puzzle. James Webb detects these galaxies by capturing their infrared light. That's because light from very far away galaxies gets stretched due to the expansion of the universe. This process is called redshift. The farther away something is, the more its light is shifted into the infrared. Webb was designed exactly for this purpose. It can see those long, stretched-out light waves that other telescopes like Hubble couldn't detect. That's why this discovery is so important. We simply didn't have the tools to see these ancient galaxies before. Now that we do, the results are changing everything. The discovery didn't just raise questions about when galaxies formed, it also made scientists rethink how they formed. Normally, it's believed that galaxies slowly gather mass by pulling in gas and dust, gradually growing larger over billions of years. But what James Webb saw suggests that some galaxies in the early universe were already massive and bright. That means either galaxies can form much faster than we thought, or something else entirely is going on. Maybe our understanding of gravity, dark matter, or even time itself is flawed. And that possibility is what has everyone so fascinated and confused. Scientists try to explain it by suggesting maybe these galaxies formed from extremely dense regions of matter. Maybe, just after the Big Bang, some areas had more material than others. If so, stars could have formed faster there. But even that doesn't fully explain how such large and well-organized galaxies could exist so early. It still stretches the limits of what current models can support. So researchers are now considering more radical ideas. Some are wondering whether the Big Bang theory itself needs to be revised. Maybe the universe didn't begin the way we think it did. There's even a possibility that what James Webb is seeing isn't part of our universe at all. Some physicists believe we may be looking at evidence of an earlier universe, or a parallel one. This idea, called the multiverse theory, suggests that many universes may exist, each with its own physical laws. While this theory has always sounded like science fiction, the data from Webb is forcing scientists to take such possibilities more seriously. Because if what we're seeing can't be explained by current science, then maybe we need entirely new science to understand it. And that's not the only weird thing. The light from this structure is also unusually red. Much redder than what we would expect from galaxies at that distance. This could be due to extreme redshift, but it also suggests something more. It might mean these galaxies are moving away faster than expected, or that time behaves differently in that region of space. That would be an even deeper mystery. Because it would mean our measurements of time, distance, and motion at cosmic scales might not be as solid as we think. That's a scary thought for cosmologists. To test these theories, scientists are now planning to look at even older parts of the universe. They're trying to push James Webb's limits to see how far back it can really see. If more such structures are found, it will confirm that this wasn't a one-time fluke. And that would mean we're truly standing on the edge of a scientific revolution. A change that could completely rewrite physics and cosmology. On the other hand, if no other similar structures are found, it might mean we just happened to find something extremely rare. Either way, it's a huge discovery. Meanwhile, many astronomers are calling for better simulations and models. They're running computer programs to try to recreate how such galaxies might have formed. But so far, no simulation has come close to matching what James Webb saw. That's how unusual this structure is. It's not just a new discovery, it's something that breaks the rules. It's a sign that there's more to the universe than we ever imagined. And it's pushing scientists to think beyond what they've been taught. That kind of disruption doesn't happen often in science. But when it does, it changes everything. Some even think that dark matter or dark energy might play a role here. These mysterious forces make up most of the universe, but we still don't fully understand them. Maybe they had more influence in the early universe than we thought. Or maybe they acted differently back then. If that's true, it could help explain how such a bright, massive structure appeared so quickly. But again, it would mean our current theories are incomplete. James Webb might be showing us that dark matter isn't just a background force. It could be a key player in shaping the early cosmos. Some astronomers have suggested another possibility, that what James Webb saw might not even be a galaxy at all. Maybe it's something entirely new. A structure that forms only under very special conditions. Something we've never seen before and don't even have a name for yet. If that's true, then this discovery isn't just about revising our theories, it's about creating brand new ones. It's like Columbus stumbling upon a new continent when he thought he'd found India. Sometimes, what you discover isn't just surprising. It's something you never imagined was even out there in the first place. And the global scientific community has responded with a mix of excitement and disbelief. Some researchers are thrilled, calling this the most significant space discovery in decades. Others are skeptical, asking for more data before jumping to conclusions. That's how science works. Big discoveries need big verification. And everyone is now closely watching what James Webb reveals next. Because this isn't a minor update to the cosmic timeline. This could be the equivalent of finding a new chapter in a book we thought was already written from beginning to end. That's why the space community can't stop talking about it. NASA has already announced that more observation time will be allocated to this region. They're using Webb's instruments to gather every possible detail, measuring the light signatures, mapping the surroundings, and analyzing the behavior of nearby stars. If they find even more strange structures, it'll confirm that something deeply unusual is going on. Agencies like the European Space Agency and the Canadian Space Agency, both partners in the JWST mission, are also involved in decoding the mystery. There's international cooperation now, with scientists from multiple countries sharing data and insights. That shows just how serious this finding is. At the same time, theoretical physicists are working overtime to come up with models that can explain what we're seeing. Some of them are revisiting old, abandoned ideas, like the possibility of cyclic universes, where the universe goes through repeated births and deaths. Others are exploring brand new theories like quantum gravity models that might replace Einstein's theory of general relativity at very large or very small scales. It's a moment when imagination meets science. And often, these are the moments that lead to revolutions in how we understand the universe. The last time something this big happened, it gave us the Big Bang Theory itself. And of course, this discovery has ignited the curiosity of the public too. People all over the world are asking, what does this mean for us? Are we really seeing something from before the known universe? Does this change our place in the cosmos? While scientists are cautious in making big claims, the truth is, we don't fully know yet. But that mystery is what makes this so exciting. It reminds us that the universe is still full of surprises. And that even with our most advanced technology, we're still explorers standing at the edge of the unknown. Looking ahead, future missions might help us get even closer to the truth. NASA is already working on new telescopes like the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, which will offer a wider view of the cosmos. ESA is planning the Euclid mission to study dark matter and dark energy in more detail. And private companies are also investing in space telescopes and deep space probes. The goal is simple: keep looking deeper, farther, and earlier than ever before. Because if James Webb can find something this strange so quickly, who knows what else is out there waiting to be found. In the end, this mysterious bright structure might be remembered as the moment that cracked open a whole new level of understanding. Just like Galileo's telescope redefined our view of the solar system, James Webb might be doing the same for the universe itself. It's proof that the more we learn, the more questions we uncover. And that's what science is really about. It's not just about getting answers, it's about finding better questions. This discovery may not have solved anything yet, but it's forced us to ask things we never thought to ask before. And that alone is priceless. So the next time you look up at the stars, just remember, somewhere out there 13 billion light years away, something is shining. Something that shouldn't exist. Something that challenges everything we thought we knew. And thanks to James Webb, we've now seen it with our own eyes. What it really is, how it got there, and what it means, that's the journey scientists are on now. And we'll be following every step of that journey. Because this isn't just a mystery about the early universe, it's a message from the edge of time itself. And we're only just beginning to understand what it's trying to tell us.